can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So, what is it within you that triggers you?
I get triggered when people.
All right.
I get triggered when people get triggered by my vibration, and that we need to look into that a little bit. We had a private session, you and me, where we talked a bit about my vibration, and now I have some new questions regarding that topic. So, first of all, the Bosnia trip, I was guided to not go, and I sort of realized that it had something to do with my vibration, that my vibration can trigger people. And so that was for the best that I didn't go. So my question is, how can
you have to be sure also that this is the case too. It can be the case too. We have to be sure too there's something fear involved in that too that hold you back. That's why if you're really honest with yourself too in how you explore yourself, yes, then it could be that you can see that it's your vibration that can be so. But of course it can be also to look upon yourself to not do that, because you also help people too in a triggering point of view here. Triggering is a good experience for you all to experience. So it can be like that. You maybe need to go there and trigger people. So be sure also that you're not having fears you're holding you back to explore your path. Does it make sense?
It makes total sense. And so I was contemplating, like, in what way can I guide my energy to maybe trigger people in a positive way and avoid the negative?
Well, this comes from the idea of how you are expressing your vibration in your reality. For example, you cannot be responsible for how people will react. There's none of your business, of course, but if you're being true to yourself in your own vibration, then you will then assume whatever you're doing will be for a positive reason. And if you assume it's for a positive reason, you're not going to worry about if they will take it in a negative way. You know that your intention there is for a positive reason, even if the people you're interacting with might see it in a negative way. But you are, in your way, responsible for how you're behaving, how you're expressing in your reality. So if you are being honest in your vibration, you can only express and reflect honesty back to you. Does it make sense to you?
That is so true. That is so true.
Yes, it is very true. That's why I said it too. Because I always speak the truth, I guess.
Yes, we do. So, so my current vibration. So a couple of years ago, my vibration was up at 329,000 cycles per second, and well, we spoke recently, and it was hovering around 200,000 cycles per second, and it's
in that moment too, in terms of the vibration being in the spirit energy. Yes.
Yeah. And we also talked about, well, it's more easy to navigate human realm when being in the 200,000 rather than the 320,000, because when that was going on,
when you're in that particular level too, you're almost going into the non-physical reality. So of course, it will be very different in terms of how you experience that. You can go into that for some reasons too, but usually that will happen in a more alternate reality. There is not so much in, shall we say, what you're experiencing in typical, what you refer to as your normal reality. It will be a little bit different than that to when you are above that. But usually what we will suggest to, don't focus much on the numbers of the frequencies, because when focus too much on that, being so caught up upon that, can actually lower you more than you think. So if you are just going with the flow in your vibration, you will then increase yourself higher than you possibly can imagine, because it is the wondering how much it will actually dampening that, because you are not trusting your own vibration in the way you are. You need then thus validation, and therefore coming from a validation point of view will automatically drop it.
That is so true. That is so true. It's about being in one state of vibration and not think about the number.
Yes.
It was quite interesting back then when I was walking down the street, how people reacted to my vibration field when it was above the 300,000.
And that could be the reflection to you that you can see around you, if that will be a determining factor in terms of your vibration. So you can use that as also as a hint to you where you are in yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just one last question for that is that So let's say when somehow I somehow managed to like rest, like permanently be up in that sort of type of vibration, would that make me like a portal? Do we become portals in ourselves when we are in those type?
Well, it's more the idea you're referring to as being a guideway. For example, where you are reflecting your vibration, and it can be in your reality. Can be translated, though, if you want to look upon this in a more portal way. But it's more the idea that you are actually opening up more vibration within people, so they actually allow themselves to perceive more into other realities and dimensions.